This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, welcome Rabbi. So we're continuing a very special series. This is a series that we began at least 2 years ago, back when we were in Torah MS. And the good thing about TorahAnytime.com is that the old Shiurim are archived. So you could continue 10 years later, and it's still good because you could go back to the old Shiurim. So if anybody wants to get or learn from the beginning of this Sefer, we're going to be learning Sefer Shaarei Teshuva, and we began it a couple of years ago, and we're learning the 20 ingredients of Teshuva. We are up to ingredient number 15. So you say, but I don't know the first 14 ingredients. So I refer you back to the old Shiurim on the archives of TorahAnytime.com. You'll get reacquainted with the other 14 ingredients, and Mirz Hashem, we should be zocheh to perform a Teshuva Shlema. Now, let me just preface by saying, why are there so many ingredients to Teshuva? And the truth is, Rabbeinu Yonah says that the basic Teshuva is very easy. And the mashal he gives, to use in my own terms, you go to a kiddush, and you say, Yankala, pass the cholent, and Yankel passes the cholent, and he gets cholent all over your shirt. So the basic way of getting the cholent off the shirt, but don't do it on Shabbos, is you go home, and you remove the kishka, maybe that became encrusted on the shirt. You put a little water, so now there are no beans, potatoes, and kishka on your shirt. That's the basic removal. And the basic removal of a sin is regret, vidoy, confession, and azivas ached, don't do it again. It's very easy. And you do those three things. The Rambam adds a fourth thing, accept upon yourself that you'll never do it again. But that's very similar to azivas ached. So you confess, Rebbeinu Shem, I sinned before you, I did X, Y, and Z. You regret it, you feel bad about it, and you stop doing it. But now the problem is, but there's still a stain. So to get out a stain, you need soap, you need detergent. So the stronger the detergent, the stronger, the cleaner the shirt will be. Everybody knows, sometimes we have these old shirts that they're good for the weekday, but they're not good for Shabbos because they're not as white. You need really strong detergent to get a shirt white and pristine. So the ingredients of Teshuva whiten the neshama. And what's good about the neshama is it's different than a shirt. Some shirts, you're never going to get it brand new. But Teshuva gets the neshama brand new. If you do all the ingredients of Teshuva, your shirt, your soul will look like the day you got it. Okay, so we're up to ingredient number 15, tefillah, davening. So you ask, what does davening have to do with Teshuva? Everyone has to daven. You did an avera, you didn't do an avera. Why is davening an ingredient in Teshuva? So Rabbeinu Yonah says, this is the Ikar HaChamisha Asar, Ois Memalaf HaTefillah. Yispalel El Hashem, daven to Hashem. V'yivakesh rachamim, ask for mercy, lechaper es kol avonosav, to atone for your sins. Shenemar, like it says, kechu imachem devarim, take with you words, v'shuvu el Hashem, and return to God. Imru elav, say to him, kol tisa avoin, for atone for my sin. V'kach toiv, take my masim toivim, u'neshalma farim sifasenu, and let our lips repay you with karbanos. Now listen very carefully. Kechui machem devarim, take with you words, that refers to vidoy. And vidoy was the 14th ingredient of Teshuva. That we got already. But imru elav kol tisa avain v'kachtoiv, say to God, atone for my sin. Now this is very important. Why would tefillah be an ingredient of Teshuva? If I confess, and I regret, and I stop doing the sin, then the avera is wiped clean. No, if you want to get your soul really clean, one of the ingredients of Teshuva is to beg Hashem, please remove it, please remove it, please remove it. The more we plead, the more we beg, the more clean our souls will get. But then the pasuk continues. Kechui machem devarim is vidoy. Kol tisa avayin is tefillah. V'kach toiv. Listen very carefully. Take my good deeds. Why? What do you mean take my good deeds? Why? I did them already, and God took them already, and they were accepted already. Because I'm saying vidoy, and I'm praying, what do you mean take my good deeds? I'm not doing any more good deeds, so what do you mean take my good deeds? Says Rabbeinu Yonah, Ki amar Rabbi Seinu Zecharnu Levracha, Avera mechaba mitzvah. The Gemara says in Saita, an Avera extinguishes a mitzvah. Now listen very carefully. It's very interesting. Let's say a person did an Avera and he does a mitzvah. The mitzvah doesn't go lost. Chas v'shalom. Just because a person sins, his mitzvahs are very valuable, and he'll be rewarded for them. But the spiritual illumination of the mitzvah, the light that it illuminates your soul, the protection the mitzvah offers you, the luster and the magnificence and the brilliance of the mitzvah is clouded when you do an Avera. The mitzvah you'll be rewarded for. Nothing will be taken away. But the benefits that you reap from a mitzvah are lost when the Avera sullies it. An Avera will affect the mitzvahs that a person does. Again, it will not affect the schar, but it will affect the light of the mitzvah. And when you do tshuva, the mitzvah reignites, it illuminates. Amazing thing. The mitzvah lights up. Because once you remove the dirt covering the soul, the mitzvah will light up. Uve'es ha'tshuva, yiskapru avanis ha'averos will be forgiven. The tes'oira is chus ha'mitzvah. The zchus of the mitzvah will be aroused. V'yoyer nero will be illuminated. Acharei shelahigia oira lefnei ha'tshuva. In contrast to the fact that it did not illuminate before tshuva. V'chein kasav, likewise it says, Im zach v'yashar ata, if you're pure, ki ata yor alecha, your mitzvahs will illuminate. And Chazal Darshan in the Yushalmi, it doesn't say if you were pure, but if it says you are pure, if you do tshuva, now after tshuva, all the righteousness that you did will illuminate. All the chesed you did. Person could be a big Baal Chesed. Their home could be open wide. Says Rabbeinu Yoina, even somebody was Beischa pasuach lervacha, even someone whose home was open wide. V'natata ishal achsanya, somebody who is great in hachnasas orchim. Before tshuva, the mitzvah may not protect a person. That's another dimension of a mitzvah. Besides the mitzvah illuminating your soul, sometimes the mitzvah could protect somebody. It could offer protection. But what if a person sins? It destroys the mitzvah's ability to protect. But once a person does tshuva, the zechus of the mitzvah again shines again. And therefore we ask Hashem, Uneshalma parim sifasenu, consider our vidui like a carbon that should be accepted before you. Okay, so this is another ingredient in tshuva. And that ingredient is davening. Tefillah, davening, requesting, beseeching Hashem to atone the sin, will cleanse the sin more. It's an ingredient in tshuva. And what we want is, after Hashem cleanses the sin, it reactivates the mitzvahs. The mitzvahs are there. All the mitzvahs are in your soul. But their ability to shine and to protect and to offer different benefits is covered over. When you uncover it from the Averos, it again shines again. So that is the 15th ingredient in tshuva, tefillah. Mirz Hashem, next time we will learn another benefit of tefillah in the tshuva process.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.